Welcome to episode 20 of the Confident Carnivore podcast, where our motto is fuel, change your life. Today's guest is Karen Miles. She's one of our good friends, Steak and Butter Gal platform. Hi, Karen.
Hey, how you doing, Janice? Thank you very much for having me on your channel.
We're so excited to have you. Karen is actually probably the most excited and exuberant carnivore that I've ever met. She always has a huge grin on her face. She's just burning with carnivore energy. So I hope that we get to hear whether, I do wonder whether you were like that already before, but I think we'll hear from you about that. To start, we're going to go ahead and share some photos. And oops. Let's go ahead and start at the beginning here. And Karen, if you just want to say a few words about these photos.
Okay, that popped up on my Facebook yesterday from 9 years ago. So I was doing the SAD diet. That's me in my gym. I'm a PE teacher at an elementary school, kindergarten through fifth grade. And that's my gym. And some people came to visit me and we snapped a picture. But there you go. I was definitely a lot heavier than I am right now in that picture.
All right.
And
how about this one?
That was a couple of weeks ago. We had Read Across America Day. So there I am wearing pajamas and I read sports books and I had my Yankee hat on. I'm a big Yankee fan and I had a track shirt on. I'm a track coach and we just started practice officially yesterday for my middle school team. So I'm a PE teacher. I like my gym. So there's a picture for me in my gym with my baggy pajamas.
I love it. I'm so happy. How about this one?
I love to snowshoe. I started about 6 years ago, and that was one of my first. That was the first year we had a full moon snowshoeing event, and I organized it all. And we had about 10 people come from probably 40 minutes away, and we snowshoed at night. We had domes on our heads so we could see where we're going. And that was from when I was eating the SAD diet, again, 6 years ago or so. And I snowshoed being heavy, and I still snowshoe today. Well, not today, it's snow.
How great. And how about this one?
Okay, that was about a month ago when we had snow, obviously. And there was a sunrise, and I didn't have school that day. I said, I'm going out to watch the sunrise. And like I said, I snowshoed when I was heavier, and I'm a lot lighter now, and it's a lot easier to snowshoe now, being a lot lighter. So
it's fantastic.
I love it.
You look a lot leaner here. How much weight did you lose between that 6 year ago picture and the
between that 6 year ago? Probably about 45 pounds, 35, about 40. I lost about 35 on keto, and I've really only lost 5 on carnivore. But when I say that, I gained on keto at the end when I decided to go on carnivore. Should I talk about that now or wait?
Oh, we can wait. And yeah, that's great. I want to hear how you came in, but you definitely look a lot leaner here. So this one.
That was Easter Sunday, just a few days ago. That's my husband and I with the grandchildren. And well, they're hiding me, but you could see I'm a lot leaner than I was in the snowshoeing picture and the one from me in the gym. Those are my granddaughters. And that's my backyard.
Sweet. And is your husband?
That's my husband.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thanks. 39 years.
Is he carnivore?
He is not, but he loves the meats that I eat. He loves the meats that I cook for us. We have ribeye, porterhouse, T-bone like twice a week or so. He really likes that I cook that way, for sure.
Fantastic. So Karen, can you tell us how old you are and how long you've been carnivore?
Sure. I am 61 years old, and I've been carnivore 15 months. So I started December of 2019. I was doing keto. I did keto for 2 years and 3 months. I really did low carb. I did keto every now and then, but I didn't exactly track my macros, 20 or less for keto. I just kind of did low carb. I mean, at first I was probably even doing 40. I just did low carb. And I easily lost 35 pounds. quickly, like 30 pounds in 3 months. And then it came off really quickly. And then I started eating more keto junk, you know, those fat bombs and the macadamia nuts. You buy a container and you have those all gone on the car ride home, or a handful of almonds. There's 3 handfuls of almonds and almond flour and the fake sugars. And I did all that, and the cauliflower. I did all that keto, low carb kind of food. And then Thanksgiving came around, November 2019, and we had some friends, actually, a son and a father and son from China, a 5-year-old boy, and a father that were foreign exchange students studying in Chicago. And for years, 20-something years, we would host exchange students. They'd come from Chicago out on a bus, 2.5 hours to my house, and I'm involved with that organization as well. So I'd go on the bus and pick up a whole load of people and bring them back. And we had a couple from China staying with us that Thanksgiving. And I'd buy extra treats, you know, and have extra treats for them. And of course, I ate some of those extra treats because it was Thanksgiving. And next thing you know, I couldn't even walk. My ankle was just killing me. It was like December, beginning December. I stepped on a scale, the scale went up, up, up. I gained 11 pounds from Thanksgiving weekend till December 9th. I'm like, what? My ankle was killing me. I could see my ankle was swollen. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, I know what it is. I'm eating too much keto junk, you know, too many, and other things too. I'm Italian and I like panettone bread, and it only comes around the holidays. Well, I bought it for our visitors and my husband, but I ended up having a little slice for this breakfast, a little slice here. And that's definitely not low carb. I put butter on it though, but that doesn't count. Anyway, I 11 pounds, and it was all fluid. And my ankle, I couldn't even walk. I had to go upstairs to go to my lunch at my school, and I could barely walk down the stairs. And up the stairs, my ankle was killing me, and I was limping. And one of the aides in our building is like, Karen, you should go to the doctor. I'm like, no, I know what's wrong. I need to stop eating so much junk. I'm inflamed. And so I listened to a lot of YouTube videos, and now I listen to your new channel, The Confident Carnivore, and 2.5 Asians with you and Bella and Raymond, and Meat RX and Bella and Kelly Hogan and Joe, all those. I hit them all up. But anyway, so after gaining 11 pounds, when I say I lost all that weight, I don't include those 11 pounds. So I said, holy cow, I need to get this fluid off. I've heard Dr. Ken Berry talk about carnivore for months. And I'm like, what is he, crazy? Who eats just me? Are you kidding me? From food from the animal kingdom. Is he nuts? Well, I decided, let me jump in, let me try it. So I tried it, and in 3 days, I was totally better. All that inflammation was gone. That swollen ankle was not swollen anymore. I could walk and bound up and down those steps. 3 days, I was totally better. And it took a little longer to get the weight off. I'm going to say a week, and those 11 pounds were gone, and I was back to where I was. But that was all inflammation, all fluids. So the carnivore got rid of it. And I said, that's amazing. What else can I heal with that? So I did not go back to the keto, low carb. I did not go back. I stayed carnivore and just started doing research. I'm like, Kelly Hogan, who's that lady? And just fell in love with her, found her on every social media outlet there was. And just left and right, Dr. Baker, of course, just so many others, and just listened and listened. I don't really watch TV, but I listen to a lot of YouTube channels and get a lot of information. Yeah. So then I found Instagram, and I'm on Instagram because of the carnivore community. I have my Facebook, friends and family. I hardly ever talk about carnivore, but I'll probably put this on. I hardly ever talk about carnivore. I was on the Meat RX show. If you look up Karen M, you'll find me from a couple months ago.
Yeah, we'll post to use that one.
Okay, great. January. Anyway, so I did put that on my Facebook, and I got a lot of really interesting comments. A lot of people watched it, and it was good. And a couple people, talked to me about it. And a couple people did it, and did carnivore. So it's been eye-opening for not just me, but for many others that have followed my journey. So I'm on Instagram
It's
because I think it's
wonderful.
just so much fun to follow.
Well, you are definitely always having fun. I see you, you're always exuberant every time I see you. And I don't know how much of this is your, because you look pretty happy even when you're on, how much of this energy and radiance is your natural disposition and how much of it is your diet?
I think it's 99% what I was before. I've always been a pretty happy
Oh,
person. Yeah, I can't say, oh, it's carnivore, but yeah, it's I was always like this. Those of you that know me, what do you think? Yeah, I was definitely outgoing. Yeah.
so you've
Yeah.
always been extra, very, very happy disposition. What about other things have you had besides reducing inflammation and weight loss? Have you had other non-scale victories?
Yes. My joint pain is gone. I mentioned my ankle, but I've had pain in my knees, and low carb has helped that a lot, a lot. Carnivore, it stepped it up a notch, and I don't have any pain in my knees. I used to have to walk up and down the stairs like an old lady. Well, I am 61. Some people might say that, but I don't think I am. I'd walk up and down the stairs in pain and come down gingerly 2 feet on one step because my knees would bother me. But I smiled as I went down and up down the stairs today, thinking, oh, I'm going to probably mention this during my interview that I could easily walk down my steps and up the steps.
Oh,
So that's a big thing.
wow. And you're teaching PE and you're doing track. So how did people bond to your, because you were a little bit overweight before. So how did people see your, I mean, did they comments and ask you what you're doing? You know,
Yeah, it more so happened during the keto or the low carb, and that phase when I really knocked down the weight and lowered my carbs. I don't think people see my carnivore journey, but when I tell people about the pain being gone, I sleep better. My sciatica it still flares every now and then. I sat in a bag chair the other day, too many hours. My sciatica has been bothering me. But other than that, my sleep's better. I didn't sleep well last night thinking of this interview though, Janice. But
oh,
yeah,
you're
I'm
so
just a little nervous. But anyway,
you're you're so like you have the best personality. I'm like, what do you have to be nervous about? You remind me of Tigger. You're just like bouncing, bouncing, happy, happy every time I see you and joking and laughing. And you're just, it's so contagious,
oh, thank
glowy.
you, thank you. Those are my biggest things. And when I was on the standard American diet, I was on high blood pressure medicine for like 20 years. I was on cholesterol meds. I was on a CPAP machine. And
Wow.
my best non-scale victory is going off of a CPAP machine. That's wonderful. Because, you're snoring at night, you stop breathing, you have to wear a CPAP machine, a mask on your face, and not having that. It's my favorite, one of my favorite non-scale victories. So good. So good. And I
It's
actually went off
huge.
my cholesterol meds on my own without telling the doctor, and he yelled at me. And so my cholesterol numbers were kind of high when I saw him. And I said, give me some time, give me some time. He said, low carb is good. I said, I've done that 2 other times and I had a lot of success. I'm gonna do that again. But when I did it, I did Atkins like 15 years ago and I had a lot of success. And then I gained it back. And then I did it 9 years ago. And then I had a meniscus tear because I was running. Why was I starting to run? It was dumb. But that running messed up my knee, I feel. And I had meniscus tear and I gained all that weight back because I sat down on my butt for a while and I just did not eat low carb. This, I'm not going back. I know what I need to do. I'm 61. How many more years do I have? I might have 20, 30, whatever, but I know what it takes now and I'm good. I'm not going back. Nope, not going back.
And how was it for you? Because you said you're Italian and it's probably, I mean, you have wonderful foods and the panettone and all this stuff. And it's like, how was your transition in terms of like having to like let go of some of these things?
Well, when I did the low carb, I did the spaghetti squash and the zucchini squash, and that helped me transition. But then when I did the carnivore, there's not much transition to Italian food. So I mostly ate pork and chicken and some beef. I'd only make steaks couple few times a year. That's it. Like a ribeye, Father's Day, or my husband's birthday, or whatever. I didn't buy them that often. Ha! Now I just bought 20 pounds of ribeye, 2 10-pound ribeye roasts the other day, and I get a quarter cow. I started doing that when I was low carb, and now we go through a quarter cow every 6 months, and plus I supplement. Like I said, I put those roasts, and I'll buy pork belly. Oh my goodness, I love pork belly. I love it so much. Chicken skins. I found chicken skins about an hour and a half from me. My friend bought them for me, and I bought some when I was in that town. And I really like that. We had that as an appetizer tonight before we ate our meal. Chicken skins in the air fryer. I really like trying unique foods. Since going carnivore, I have now had oxtail, tongue, heart. Oh my goodness, all three of those I love. My state representative, Tony McCombie in Illinois, she gives me her heart, oxtail, and her tongue. She gives it to me. Woo! Yeah, because she knows I like it. Other people do too. Somebody just gave me a heart last week because they know I like it. The people I play pickleball with, they're my farmers where I get my cow. She knows I like tongue. She's giving me extra tongues because she knows I like tongue. So it's kind of fun to get free food.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you are nose to tail then. You like your organs, huh?
I don't know if it makes me feel better or not. I cannot say that, but I like the taste of it. I make the tongue in the crock pot and I break it out and do it 2 different ways. I shred the smaller end and fry it up in butter. And the bigger end I chunk up and I put back in my juices. It is juicy anyway, but I put butter on top and bacon on top and cut up the bacon and add the meat back to the juices. And both ways are unique and both ways are outstanding. Like it's 2 different dishes. Yep. So, and my 5-year-old, almost 6-year-old granddaughter loves heart. She loves beef heart. Nana, are you going to make me heart again? Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's so cool. That's so cool.
And what do people think about in your social circle? And has anyone, they think you're mental?
No. A lot of them know I ate low carb before and they know how I eat now. And, they're okay with it. Some of them laugh. What do you have today for lunch, Karen? Oh boy. So,
And
yeah.
has anyone thought about switching based on your success? Has anyone considered trying it?
I've had a couple people do it, but they're not carnivore now. They're still low carb. They tried it for a few weeks and it wasn't for them. And I don't push it. When people ask me about it, and I know they're wishy-washy, I actually talk to them about low carb as a stepping stone. I do, because carnivore is pretty cut and dry. So I try to get them to do that. And then if they see what it's all about, maybe they'll take the jump over. So we'll see. We'll see.
Wow, amazing. And so what's next for you? What are your upcoming adventures and things you want to pursue?
Well, track just started and that's fun, but it's going to be an abbreviated schedule. Like I said, I'm a middle school coach and I love to see my kids succeed, set some goals for them. That's fun. But in the meantime, it's really nice out. Well, today was nice. I love to ride my bike. I love to hike. I love to kayak. I'm a big kayaker. I played a lot of pickleball last summer. Shoot, I played pickleball 5-6 days a week, sometimes for 3+ hours a day. Yeah, I love it. And I love to kayak, a couple hours, 2-3 hours, sometimes big 5-hour trips. I love that stuff. I love it. I love bike ride. The furthest I've done was 44 miles. And that's when I was heavier. I'm sure I could do a lot more with ease now. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's fun.
You're amazing. And what about have you experienced more food freedom because you don't have to eat as much?
You
or
know
as
what?
frequently?
So in January, I'm in the steak and butter gang with Bella, and I'm in her private monthly groups. If you want to go on that, you guys check it out. It's a free venue, the Steak and Butter Gang, and it's free to be on it. But then I do twice a week Zoom meetings that are supposed to be an hour, but a lot of times they're longer, and they're all month long. And there's private groups you could chat with, and it's a lot of fun. I knew you beforehand, but I really got to know you more so in that, Janice. But anyway, that's a little plug for Bella. She, it's great, and the support on there. So what was I saying about it? Oh, so freedom. So in January, I'm gonna give something up. What am I going to give up? And I gave up dairy. I said, I'll just use butter, but no heavy whipping cream and no cheese. And that's pretty big because I pretty much had both of those every day. Well, maybe not cheese every day, but a lot, and heavy whipping cream. So I gave it up, and then Lent came around. And I said, you know what? I think I'm going to continue that through Lent, all the way through Easter. So I did, but before Lent, it was the Super Bowl. And I did say I am going to eat cheese on the Super Bowl in February because I continued in February to no dairy. I said, I just have to because I'm limited in what I can eat. I'm going to have it. So I did that day. And then one day during Lent, I forgot. I was with my state representative, Tony, and we played pickleball. We went for a hamburger, bacon cheeseburger, and I'm eating, and I'm like, oh, I'm not supposed to have cheese. So I messed up. But other than that, I did well. But I said, I'm going to add it back. I thought my face was a little less puffy. So I said, for the heck of it, I'm going to just add it back and see what happens. So I've had heavy whipping cream now for the last few days since Easter. And I don't see anything yet, but I'm just gonna see what happens. I don't know. After I finish this carton, I might not have it anymore though, because I didn't mind the black coffee. It does take the edge off the bitterness, though, the heavy whipping cream, and it's creamy and it tastes good. But the black wasn't bad. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I used to drink it with milk and sugar way back in the day, and I hardly ever drank it. I started the last 10 years or so drinking coffee. I never really drank coffee. And I could be up for an hour and then think, oh, I think I'll have a cup of coffee. I don't need it. I don't need it at all. It's just this nice ritual. So sometimes in the morning, I'm like, I think I'm going to have something. Sometimes I'll just have a little bite to eat, just maybe one hamburger, a little bite. Somebody probably thinks that's a lot, but we know it's not a lot. And then some days I'm like, I'm not feeling it. But a lot of times, probably 4 days a week, I'll have breakfast. But other than that, I eat lunch at 11:30 at school. Then I'll eat dinner again, 5:30, 6 o'clock or so. I like to eat before 6, but sometimes that happens. Now I'll have a few track meets coming up, and I'm going to have to pack some purse bacon and maybe some cold burgers just in case, because sometimes I don't get home till 8:30. And I'm not a big faster. If I fast, I like to do it on my own accord when I know I could have food around. I don't want to push myself to it. Back in the day, I used to bring granola bars and apples and eat that to tide me over until I got home to eat, grab a piece of pizza on the way home from the school. But not anymore. I'll have something with me just in case. Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Fantastic. And do you ever have any for non-carnivore foods anymore?
Fruit is something that still intrigues me a little bit, mostly when my grandchildren are around. So they like fruit. So I'll buy fruit, and I buy some for my husband. And I get fruit and cheese of the month club that my friend sends me. And we sure enjoy the cheese. And I'll have a little bit of that fruit, a little bit, but not a lot of it. I'll give it to my grandkids and my husband. But fruit, when my grandkids are around, is a little trigger. And every now and then I have a little, like I'll maybe give them one cookie, and I'll have a cookie sometimes, a couple times a month. And I know it. Yeah. I know it. Sometimes my friends will send me a message. Hey, Karen, good luck today. It's Sunday. So that they're like talking in my head. I appreciate that. So,
yeah, but at least, I mean, it sounds have a problem of like totally falling off the wagon and binging if you have a little bit.
nope.
So that's great. That's excellent because you have that foundation. And I think it's hard if you are going to completely fall off the wagon, but as long as you stay on track, then, you know,
Like
no
the other
reason to
day,
be overly.
right, right. For Easter, I had roasted vegetables, broccoli and cauliflower, and I thought to myself, I might end up eating some of those, but I didn't serve the corn that I had from the local farm this past summer that I helped my family members put up. It's called put up corn, freeze corn. But I only took a few bags. I said, if I have company from out of town, I'll serve it to them. But I didn't serve that. I served the low carb to my family as well. And but I didn't have any. I didn't have any. So I did have some strawberries on the Kelly Hogan oopsie cake that I made and my granddaughter decorated.
Oh, I saw that. I
Yeah,
saw it was pretty.
just
Pretty.
it was nice.
And
So
it
she
wasn't very
decorated.
much, right? Because they were cut pretty thin, right? So it was just like a little coat of strawberries, right?
Right,
So
right. But I ate almost all, I didn't eat all that cake, but the majority of it. So that's okay. But my grandkids had a lot of the strawberries. So yeah, my family wasn't a big fan. My 2-year-old granddaughter liked the oopsie cake. She was the only one. Everybody else had some to be nice. They had some to be nice.
oh,
Yeah.
that's sweet. And is it true that you and Kelly are friends? You and Kelly Hogan?
We are. We're very good friends. We hope to meet up with
Oh,
them. Yeah. And Bella, I adore Bella. I'm really hoping to get to meet
of
Bella
course.
this. And I last summer I met the carnivore doctor when I went to New Jersey on vacation.
Oh,
I let her know ahead of time I was coming to the area and that I'd stay. And I grew up right by where she lives. And one night we went and walked on the boardwalk before our meet up, and then we had a group meet for an awesome dinner that she arranged. And it was great. So I'll see her again this summer. She knows when I'm coming. So yeah.
oh, I love it.
And last week I met Amy, one of my friends that lives 225 miles away from me. We met, she drove 2.5 hours. I drove an hour and a half to Rockford, Illinois. And oh my gosh, we had coffee. We went hiking. We went out for dinner. We had a blast. We went
Oh,
grocery, food shopping in the amazing international grocery store. And we found some unique meats and took some unique foods home, chicken skins. And yeah, I just love finding unique meats. Yep, that's my gig.
I love how you really embody the carnivore lifestyle, right? Because you make it all of this joy and fun and connection. And we have to have you be the carnivore social coordinator for the whole community.
I kind of, Judy Cho, I talk to her often. I love Judy Cho. Oh my God, there's so many that are so cool. And before Instagram, I wouldn't think of talking to these people. I wouldn't even, if I saw them on Facebook, I wouldn't try to reach out to them. But now you could easily reach out to them because they answer you. Who knew? I didn't know that they do that kind of thing. I didn't know that's what Instagram was about. And now I'm friends with people from all over the world. Nick in the UK and Ireland and Melbourne and all over the place, Brazil. It's so much fun. And me and my a little group on Bella's page, my gig is we're supposed to have a goal. And my goal in March, rainy, cold March, was to get out at least 15 minutes every day, at least 15 minutes. And they all jumped in on that. And everybody's doing at least 15 minutes every day. Of course, that 15 minutes usually turns into way more than 15 minutes, but it's a good way to get you out the door. Good way. Sometimes I would come in the house and I throw my stuff in the house. I go right back outside because I needed to get my time in. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you find that has your cold tolerance increased since you've been carnivore?
You know what? My cold tolerance increased because of snowshoeing. Snowshoeing allowed me to handle cold weather, and I'm not that cold in the wintertime anymore. I'm not because of snowshoeing. I don't know. Oh, the carnivore, another non-skill victory, is my hands and feet used to always be cold. And I'd warm them up on my husband when I'd go to bed, and my hands and feet are not cold anymore. They're not cold. That's pretty good. I think my circulation is better. circulation's all better. And not being on all those medicines, I think that hurt my joint, not messed up my joints too, being on all those meds. So that's another aspect.
Absolutely.
And I like to be all natural. I use, when I get my quarter cow, I get suet and I get fat. I just started getting the fat, so it's going carnivore. I'll chunk that up, cook it up, throw it on a cookie sheet, freeze it, and then put it in a gallon freezer bag. But I do get the suet and I render that down in the crock pot. And a couple times, it's my own special recipe that I share with people. And I make cream, tallow cream for my face, your body, whatever.
Oh.
And I sent it to Judy Joe. I sent it to Bella. I sent it to Kelly and some other friends. So yeah, it's kind of fun. I've given it to my local carnivore people. So yeah. Oh, one time
Cool.
Kelly and Bella mentioned me on when they were on Kelly's channel. And one of my friends, well, not a friend, now my friend, but she noticed it. She's like, wait, what? What? You're friends with Kelly Hogan. And another guy in Florida that used to live up here, same thing, recognized I was on the Carnivore News and he recognized me. He's like, what?
Right.
So he's lost 100 pounds to a carnivore. He was a big guy, so good for him. So I'm kind of helping one lady that's local that saw me with Kelly. And I buy eggs from her, duck eggs and chicken eggs. And now she has a new love for carnivore. Her and her husband, they did it a couple years ago and kind of fell off the wagon. And now because she's met up with me and we meet once a week to get the eggs and talk, and she's got renewed life into this too. And we throw ideas around each other. So that's cool. And she made tallow today too and sent me the pictures. I shared my, recipe with her, my video with her. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
How fun. I just love how much fun and excitement you bring to the carnivore space. I love when I get on Bella's meeting and that you're there and I just know we're going to have a good time, So, Karen, thank you so much. And what would you say to somebody who's just considering trying the
I gotta say, try it for at least 30 days. I was gonna try it. I didn't say I'm doing it for 30 days. I said, let me try it. I usually don't put stipulations on myself. I usually don't, but I have been lately. I'm like, just try it, see what happens. And in 3 days when my ankle pain was gone, I'm like, I gotta keep on going. So I did. So my thing to somebody new, try it. 30 days or longer, 90 days, and see what happens to you. And if you have results like me, you'll do good.
Oh, thank you, Karen. You're just so much fun. I mean, literally, I feel like you're like the Tigger of the carnivore world. So I cannot wait till we get to meet in person.
One of these days, I kind of consider myself a carnivore cheerleader. I'm kind of still in the closet on carnivore. I don't put it out. Everybody doesn't know. If you look at my channel, you would see I eat weird meats and go outside a lot. And my grandkids, you don't see me really saying a lot about carnivore. One of these days I will, maybe. But I am a carnivore cheerleader. And Kelly's the one that said, get out there more on Instagram. Put some stuff out there. So because of her, that's why I'm pushing myself more. And Judy Cho said, put that lotion out. Sell that lotion. That's nice stuff. So the cream, the tallow cream. So who knows? I might. They're cheering me on too. Yep. So
that's so fantastic. We're going to call you the carnivore cheerleader from now on, Karen. And I love that they encourage the word because look at you. You're glowing. Like, why not share? I mean, because you can bring people into the way of eating and the lifestyle. And I feel the same way that it's like just getting to meet so many great people all over the world. Right. And then you have that bond because you're just in this shared lifestyle and it's so much fun.
It really is.
Thank you so much.
So I got into this before COVID hit. And normally I'm very active. I have a kayak club called the Yak Yak Sisters on Facebook. And they call me the captain. And I planned kayaking events and snowshoeing events and pickleball and biking and hiking. So they kind of call me the captain. Anyway, because this past year with COVID, a lot of people didn't do things. And I wasn't able to be with all my friends. If I did stuff, it was a small group and, outside and stuff. We normally go to the movies and have dinner parties and just do a lot of fun things. But we didn't because of COVID. So this Instagram kind of took over for me and was part of my friends. That's kind of weird, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was the blessing. That was certainly the blessing of the pandemic is same thing. I joined MeetRx, I joined Steak and Butter Gals platform, and I've had so much fun. I literally see you guys, I see meaty friends every single day now, and it's just a beautiful thing. So,
Right. Okay. I hope
well, thank
this
you
isn't
so much
glitchy.
for sharing.
I hope this.
Yeah, we're getting a little glitchy stuff. A
Yeah.
little bit, but not too bad. So we should probably sign off until we can meet in person and
Yes.
definitely see you on Friday at Bella's meeting. So thank you so much, Karen, for coming on the show. We
Thank
love
you.
you.
Love you
You're the
too.
cheerleader, the cruise director. Okay, we'll see you next time, Karen.
All right, take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.